Hey guys, Midget here, bringing you another Walking Dead video review, and today is episode 8, also known as the mid-season finale for The Walking Dead Season 4, and it's called Too Far Gone. I gotta admit, this episode was one of the best and most insane episodes in the whole, Walking Dead, probably around second, third, or maybe even first, if you wanna, if this is it's getting there, If you might want to argue that it's the best, but it is definitely in the top 3, 4. But I was in major shock for the whole episode since I've liked loads of the pages on Facebook, like the Walking Dead pages, and they obviously give off spoilers, pictures and everything, and I knew that, spoiler alert, Hershel dies. I knew that Hershel dies. I was just waiting for it. I didn't know how he died. Until after, since every day after I watch The Walking Dead, I go to write my notes, which are there. I go to write my notes, and I looked at thingy, and then there's Hershel's head chopped off, and obviously downstairs where I watch The Walking Dead, his head was chopped off, and I just didn't know how he died until obviously I looked on The Walking Dead, but that was after, so that was a huge spoiler. I just read. I came on Facebook 20 minutes before, and it checked everyone was I was just checking through my The Walking Dead. I wasn't opening anything, but obviously there was a spoiler alert there. So anyway, I wasn't a major shock, but it was one of the most intense episodes ever. Maybe Internment was better, but let's leave that for another day. Anyway, it starts off with the governor gives this massive speech. He just prepares everybody for fighting, which I don't get, since none of them people there were warriors except maybe Pete. And Hardman Tari, surprisingly, is one of the weakest people there. Everybody, later on in the episode, everybody's given that whole huge guns and there's a huge shootout, and then this Tara just dizzy, derpy and everything. But Tara, I don't know whether we'll see again, since she was not that main of a character. However, Lily's not happy about, how the governor wants to fight. She says they can find their own place, and the governor's, reassuring her. But at that moment, I think she lost her, faith in the governor, said, who is this man? Do I really know him? And just completely lost the trust in him, saying this man might not be the man I like, and it might be some mass murder or something. And I think that's what she thought, since, the face when the governor kissed her, she was a bit, traumatised. But then it comes back to where the governor, where the governor ends the episode on, the last episode. He knocks out Michonne and points his gun at Hershel, and Hershel obviously doesn't, pull it out on time and drops his gun. And it was really cool in the caravan. Or wherever he took them, where he took them hostage, and Hershel, tries to compromise with the governor, and then there's Michonne just sitting there I'm gonna kill you, and Hershel's just Michonne, get out. But loads of people, thought that, when the governor died later on in the episode, they called it by that Michonne's quote there, I'm gonna kill you. They called it right there, and I didn't really think too much of it. That quote is random quote. But next thing, the governor visits the prison, and he tells Rick to go out, but he's not in charge, the council is. And then the governor goes, is Hershel in the council, and puts him down in an execution place, and gets Michonne out and puts her in an execution place. So after 5 minutes of talking, from I don't know, 50 meters, Rick finally is brave enough. Well, I don't think he wasn't brave enough, he just didn't want to talk. He goes to the governor, and they're have this massive chat. After this chat, I can't tell you what it was about. It's we can live together. We don't have to see each other. You can go in that cell block, we'll go in that cell block, and everything will be okay. But then it goes back to the Megan and Lily. Lily didn't want Megan to see all that warfare, so she stayed with Lily. She stayed with Megan back at their caravan place, and the governor reassured her before this that no walker will cross that little stream. But she sees one walker, and he's crossing the stream, right? And he gets about halfway, and then he falls over, and the stream takes him, and she has a gun pulled out, she's ready to shoot. But then I don't understand why she would let Megan, like, so far, not out of the sight, but so far out with, like, no protection, you know? I thought there was a walker going to attack her from the back since there was, like, jungle, forest, you know, from her back. But, she pulls out this, like, plate or something, and it said, like, I can't remember what it said, like, quicksand. No, it wasn't quicksand. It's on the back of my head. I just can't say it. And then you see, like, this walker grabbing her, and, you know, if that was me, I'd probably jump off the caravan, you know, like, maybe, you wouldn't really break your leg, but, like, sprain your leg, maybe, and carry on running, because, you know, it's your own daughter, you don't feel pain. Just shoot the walker, but no, she took the slow way down, she, you know, went down the ladder, and Megan gets bitten, and, you know, really doesn't hesitate, she just completely kills that walker, you know, one shot, when she's not really the type of person that's good at shooting, you know, I think, anyway. But the governor looks derpy after the, like, you know, the little talk between him and Rick. Rick goes, we can compromise, and everyone's, you know, looking really tense, you know, Tara's, like, you know, looking like she's gonna vomit, Rick's, like, you know, just wanting the governor to accept their, like, compromise, and what happens is the governor, like, derps out, like Rick did when Laurie died, you know, he started, like, getting dizzy and everything, then he came back into focus and went, you liar, and chopped off half of Hershel's neck, like up to there, it was chopped off, and everybody at the prison, you know, you would see the emotion, you know. Beth and Maggie literally cried, and Rick goes, like, just starts shouting no, and shoots the governor in the shoulder, and you think, you know, he'd shoot him in the head. But I think it's really bad play from Rick, as, you know, he's been a farmer for, like, almost a year. You know, he left charge for almost a year and let the council do it. So, almost a year, he never had a gun on him. Until finally that walk, then, like, internment. Then, finally, he had a gun. But he was running back, he shot the governor in the shoulder, and then gets shot in the leg. And I was like, oh, come on, Rick, survive. But after that, I can't believe no one knew that Rick was there. Maybe they thought they killed him. But during, you know, when, like, the governor gets shot and everything, like, you can just see Michonne, like, you know, going and, like, tripping a guy up. And I think she, like, cuts herself out with, like, she doesn't have the, I don't know what it's called, the rope around her wrist so she can fight freely, and you see Hershel, like, you know, crawling, like, with half his head, and then there's, like, a massive shootout. It was crazy, man. This episode was absolutely amazing, and I like to use the word unleash for Michonne, because, you know, she's, like, invincible, wasn't she? No one noticed her. But anyway, just moments later, you know, when the governor goes down, he, like, Lily brings in Megan, you know, on her arms, like, dead Megan, and what he does, he picks her up, shoots it in the head, and goes, get them all. But, you know, as a mother, like, if I was the mother, I would shoot him there and then, you know. I wouldn't care if I died, because, you know, you lost your point of living, you know. I don't think her sister was enough, like, her child was the main priority in her survival, so I think, you know, Tara was, like, just a tiny bit, you know, so I think she wouldn't mind. She would just be, like, full-on rampage, like, kill the governor, maybe get shot by Pete or someone. But she didn't, you know, she let the governor kill Megan, and then she, like, disappeared. I don't know what happened then. But, Maggie, like, goes to Glenn, and Glenn's, like, halfway down the stairs, and he's like, what's happening? And she takes him to the bus. Like, I don't know what it was on about with the bus. I just didn't understand the whole bus thing. But all the children went to the bus, like, all the subcast, you know, not the main cast, like, for example, Sasha. I think she might have been there. No, Sasha wasn't there. She put Glenn on, Maggie, and she told Beth to stay there, but for some reason Beth, like, went around looking for her, like, stupid. And she found Beth at the end, but the bus goes off, so basically all the subcast have disappeared, so it's only the main cast left, like, you know, Tyrese, Bob. If you want to call Bob a main cast, you know, I would say he's, like, getting towards main cast, but he's, like, just about in sub, you know, he's, like, really high sub or really low main. But anyway, it was amazing when she goes back to, like, look, tell Sasha what's going on, and Bob gets shot, and I don't understand why. Oh, yeah, the most hilarious thing was, sorry about this, but, Bob got shot, and they were like, they need to stitch that up, but later. But the, like, funniest thing was when, Daryl was about to give Bob the gun, like, this was earlier on in the episode, and he was like, you good, like, he's not under the influence of alcohol. And I was just laughing my head off then, because I don't know what was in that box. I thought it might have been alcohol at the start, where Bob, like, Sasha, like, goes, oh, can you please help me or something? And he wants to thank Bob for bringing in the medicine. He, like, feels guilty because he actually didn't. It might have been alcohol in that box, but never mind. And, what I was scared, like literally scared when, I think everybody was when that walker was coming up for Daryl. Not because I'm a Daryl fan, but I do like Daryl, but if he died, I'd be sad, but it wouldn't be the end of the world, and I wouldn't stop watching The Walking Dead. But the point is, like, when it got to there, and then, like, there was a commercial break, and I was like, no! But Daryl was such a badass, and he picked the walker up. I didn't see what he did. All I know is, like, he got the walker up and used him as a human shield, or a walker shield, whatever you want to call it. And he killed 2 people, I think. He killed, he killed 2 people, or 1 person or something. Then he, like, gets his crossbow and hits the blooming, or was that after? He hits the blooming walker in the face, and, like, with the crossbow, he just, like, and he goes, like, boom, and puts the grenade in, like, the tank, and Pete manages to get out. And, he's like, sorry, when the tank blows up, he's like, sorry to Daryl, and Daryl shoots him directly in the heart. And I think, if I had to give a walker killer, well, not walker killer of the week, but, like, an action scene of the week, although it was amazing, the whole episode, that bit from Daryl was true badass, It picks up a walker, kills 2 people, hits Walker in the head, grenades a tank, and shoots Pete in the heart. What else do you want from Daryl, Damn, man! Everybody was like, the governor, we have a tank, and Rick, we have a Daryl. And I think that's a huge, huge factor in, like, I just want to say, it's like a metaphor, I think. Well, it's not, I don't think it's a metaphor, but what I want to, like, say, it's sort of like David versus Goliath, isn't it? Like, Goliath, he's big, and then there's David, the small kid, and he beats the big kid. So I think it's sort of like that, I thought, at least when I was watching the episode. But Tara's girlfriend, she's like, I'll find you, because Tara's like, she's getting all rebellious, and she's like, I'm not gonna fight the governor, because he chopped the guy's head off with a sword, and everything, and and she's like, you escape, you go now, and I'll find you after all this is blown over. Trust me, I'll find you, and everything. And then her girlfriend, like, just completely runs away and starts going for. Obviously, she starts going for, like, Tyrese with that other guy, and then the little children come out and shoot, and Lizzie. You think Lizzie has nothing to do with it, don't you? You're just like, Lizzie, she's not even gonna... I bet Lizzie was in the back of your mind, you didn't even remember it, yeah? She comes up, shoots that guy in the head, then, like, Tara's girlfriend looks all blank, and she gets shot in the head, and, the children run away. Tyrese is that way! It was like, I was like, Tyrese is such a big guy, and it's so funny, like, him getting, like, owned by little children, It's, like, really funny. But then... Rick, they were fighting Rick versus the governor, and I gotta say, the governor, like, Rick started off really well, and the governor then, turned it upside down and, started beating Rick up. But in all fairness, Rick's got that bad hand, he's got shot in the leg, so he lost a lot of blood, he I don't know, but the governor, on the other case, he got shot in the shoulder, so it sort of balances out. But, yeah, I don't know who would win a normal fight. But anyway, this question, who would win in a normal fight, is in the question section at the end of each video. So it'll be in the question section once I finish my whole review. Just to say, so you guys can expect that and everything. But the governor, like, chokes Rick, and Rick's, like, looking at like he's basically dead. Then out of nowhere, you just see this katana go through the governor's chest, and I was clapping at that exact moment. I was like, "You go, Michonne, you go!" And I knew it was Michonne, but for some reason I was like, if it's not Michonne, that's gonna be pretty goddamn awesome. But that was just a split second, and I see Michonne, and it's like, good, good, good. And I don't know why Michonne didn't stay with Rick. She, like, helped him up and everything. But then when Rick goes looking for Carl, like, Michonne's not there. But Carl, like, you see, like, these two walkers going straight for Rick when he trips and stands up. And then Carl's there, like, shooting with his, like, shotgun. I think it's a sawed-off shotgun, and I'm not sure. But he shoots those two walkers, and he's like, Dad, I'm here. They hug, and they go to find Judith, but Judith is... I don't know if she's dead, but she's missing. And I'm going to talk about this in the comment question section below. Like, not below, why do I keep saying comment section below? It's question at the end of the video, right? So if you like hear me saying comment section below, I mean, unless I obviously mean it, I mean, if I obviously mean comment section below, you know, I'll tell you, it'll be like a question for you guys, and there is a question for you guys at the end of the proper video, like literally the end. But what I mean is question section, yeah. So they go to find Judith, but she's missing, and you know, is she dead? Question section. Carl, I can't say it in English like right quick. Carl starts crying and shoots like some walkers. He like goes, no, I wouldn't say he goes like mental, but he shoots one walker and then he just starts, you know, wasting ammo, like trying to go for the walker while he's crying. You know, Rick stops him, like grabs him like that and goes, Carl, stop it. And then this was the best moment of the whole episode. Although I'd like to see Zombie Governor, you know, where he opens his eyes when he's almost dead and he just sees Lily, like, you know, just kills and shoots him in the head. You know, how awesome would it be to see the Zombie Governor? But again, you know, Lily, she did the right thing. And I thought Lily would kill the Governor, you know. It was either Carol, Lily, or Pete, I thought. Yeah, Carol, Lily, and Pete out of the, like, the group that's with him, or, you know, Carol is just, I don't know what she is now, but out of all those three, I thought it would be Carol, Lily, or Pete. You know, Pete, obviously, because his brother got killed by the Governor, Lily, because, you know, the Governor, like, sort of betrayed her, in a way, and Carol, you know, just to help the prison. But, Carl and Rick escape, you know, they're like, this episode was literally amazing, and they escape, and I didn't know what to do, because there's so many people at the prison, you know, still like Daryl and all them, and I do want to see them again, and I know I'll see them again, but, you know, the wait to February, and they might not even be in the first episode, you know, all the group at the prison might stay there, you know, and be together like a close group, but they might think Rick's dead or something, and Carl's dead too, you know, so I'm thinking, though, that Rick might meet Morgan or Carol, you know, but I really want Daryl to come back and all them, and Maggie and Glenn. But Carl's like leading Rick up that little hill, and Rick's like, "Don't look back, just carry on walking, dude." And that was a really touching scene, you know, not just because of the fact that the place we've been used to, you know, the prison's got attacked, but also the character development, you know. It's like Rick's turned into this really caring guy, a weak guy, you know. All the people we've seen at the prison, Daryl, we've got like, you know, we've seen Hershel's death, so we got a bit weak, you know, in the sense that we've got a bit soft, and everybody, you know, is just, you know, everybody cried, I think. I didn't cry personally, because, you know, as I said at the start of the video, you know, it wasn't a huge impact on me, but it was an amazing episode. But everybody cried at this, and that's how it ended, and that's why I'm going to give this episode a 10 out of 10. And you can probably, you know, tell that I was going to give it a 10 out of 10 by saying it's one of the best episodes ever. But it seriously is. If you haven't watched a single episode of The Walking Dead, this is the episode to watch, or Internment. You know, I'd say this one, since it's going to be like a start to a brand new season, but it's just going to be the other season, like not the other half of the season, yeah. But anyway, so I like the whole episode, and the Governor's death was priceless. I'm so happy to see the Governor die. But just one bad thing, who do you think the governor, like, who's going to replace the Governor in the bad guy section? I'm not sure. But anyway, so 10 out of 10, and yeah, let's move on to the questions. What was the Governor on about at the start? Yes, the Governor, he started like saying something about Andrea. If you can't remember, then I'm not sure what you were doing. Well, it wasn't that big of a thing, you know, but the Governor was like, yeah, something about Andrea, like Rick killed Andrea. You know how he said that that Rick's group were like murderers and everything. He said that to the group, and they need to take the prison from the murderers, so kill in cold blood. Well, he said something about Andrea, like, you killed Andrea, and Rick didn't reply, but he didn't kill Andrea. But I don't know what that was about. Hopefully, well, it's sorted now. Nobody gave one, I don't think. No one actually said it. Will Michonne, yes, will Michonne mutilate the governor's body? I want to see this, like, you know how Daryl got those zombie ears and started walking with zombie ears, like, there, I want, like, Michonne, since she's got like, so much hate towards him and she despises the governor, I want her to, like, mutilate his body and, like, take his bowels out and put his intestines over his shoulder or something. That'd be amazing, you know? What happened to Judith is another question, and in this one, I can tell you, I don't know, hopefully she's not dead, but it's sort of the same as the comic, you know, they didn't show her die, they didn't show her death, because that would be a bit gruesome, you know, and everybody would start watching the show, killing a baby, for example, shooting a baby, that would be absolutely horrendous, but I've just got, on the screen now, you can see that there's, like, this little picture of Judith's, you know, profile, on the Walking Dead wiki, because I was like really, I was wanting to tell if she's dead, and you can see I've highlighted the two, one in green, one in red, and one says status is unknown, and this one means like that it doesn't know, like well, obviously the writers know, but like the show doesn't know if Judith is dead, and her last appearance though, I think that's the biggest clue towards whether she's alive or dead, because the last appearance it says not available, so that indicates she still is alive. But anyway, what happened to Glenn? Has he left, you know? I think a tiny bit of me, about like 10%, thinks he's like jumped off the bus and wanted to help, because we never seen Maggie and Glenn, you know, after the Bob death thing. Not Bob death, Bob got shot. We never seen Maggie again, have we? And Glenn, he could have jumped off the bus last second to help. Will the group see each other again? You know, I think they will, because, you know, obviously they're all Season 5 regulars, and Season 5 has been confirmed and everything, but how long will it take them? Imagine the next 8 episodes was just, like, Rick, Carol, and Carl. That'd be amazing, and, like, the other part of the group was, like, saying Rick's died and everybody, and they stayed at the prison. So maybe they will stay at the prison, and Rick will come back to the prison later, but they might be to Morgan's. And that leads on to my next question. Will Rick and Carl, meet or go to Morgan? You know, I think they'll go back to Morgan's, you know, just to check up on him, see if he's still alive, and maybe they'll try, you know, stay there like a little mini hotel for a couple of days, and then head off, you know, when Rick's alright. Because Rick is pretty messed up at this point. Why did the group separate at the end? You know, I don't understand this. Maybe it's because the prison was, like, overrun by walkers and everything. So, you know, just Carl and Rick wanted to get the hell out of there. But, you know, they should have stayed, looked for other survivors. However, they did not care. You know, they just walked away. So I think I just want to see the group again together. You know, this is sort of the point where Season 2 ended. You know, where everyone goes their own ways, like, everybody leaves Andrea, and that's how Andrea meets the governor. But, you know, I'm really, I just want to see him again. This has left me in the same position as I did at the end of Season 2, which was, like, come on, I want to see Season 3. Or was it Season 3? No, it was Season 2, yeah. Will some of the group meet Carol, you know? Again, like, Carol might come back to the prison, like, knowing Rick's dead, and Daryl might take charge or something, and, like, Maggie and Glenn might head off, you know, since it said in the trailer that we have to go at some point. And I think maybe everybody will leave the prison now, maybe go to the sanctuary, because somebody was on about that, you know, the radio thingy. Who would win in a normal fight, Rick or the governor? No handicap/advantages. Well, Rick is the policeman, so he should theoretically win. But I don't know what Brian did, you know. Brian has got the more mass, more weight, you know. I think he's a bit stronger, so I think it would be an equal fight. Rick's got, like, the technique, the moves, and obviously he's got a bit of an advantage of being a policeman, but the governor's got more weight and everything. So I think it'd be an equal fight. I can't answer that one. Michonne kept her word, killing the governor. Obviously, she did remember at the start, like I said, that it was an indication, like, I'll kill you. I didn't think, but loads of people might have thought, like, that's an indication towards the governor's death, and it is, isn't it? You know, I was so happy. I was like, at the end where the governor died, I was like, I called it, but not really, because again, I didn't think about it too much, because I was, you know, watching the episode and really focusing on the episode. And after the fight, the screen locks onto a single walker. It looks like the mad woman from the woods, and you know, it's been confirmed. It is the mad woman from the woods. You know, the one that like kills the Sen at the end and has her husband under that blanket, or a zombie husband, where she tries to attack Rick, doesn't she? Like, she tries to attack Rick and then she stabs the Sen, and Rick leaves her there. So I don't understand why no one made a noise through, like, I don't know how long it could have been. Those 8 episodes. It might have been like 3 months or a couple of months. And, yeah. So I don't understand like how she hasn't walked too far away. You know, someone else might have made a noise like far away, like for example a car going past. So I don't understand how she was there. But anyway, anything can happen. And yeah, so that was basically my review, guys. One question I want you to do, like 2 questions in fact, I want you to put in the comment section below, is one, shall I do an edit or video for Hershel, like a tribute for Hershel, you know, like editing, you know, a video edited by me for Hershel, or shall I leave it? And what else do you want me to review through how the Walking Dead is going to come back in February? What do you want me to review in the meantime? Do you want me to review either season 1, season 2, or random topics? If there's random topics, then guys, please mention any topics in the description below, and I will answer all of them. So anything, yeah. So hopefully you enjoyed this episode, guys. It's really long, you know. I love long videos, and yeah. So this is Midget. I'm gonna see you guys next time.